I want to show you something before we get started. I think I finally got my camera fixed, but this is a KLARUS flashlight. I've never got one before. They contacted me and said, hey, you want to show off our new flashlight? And I said, yeah, I love showing off flashlights. This one is 4,400 lumens with a throw of 336 meters. We're going to go outside and put it to the test in the minute, but wait for it. We will show you how to open the box first. Since people struggle, this is your charging cable, your lanyard, a new O-ring, and manual. Pretty standard. I have taken it out already. It's got the thing on the front to make it an EDC light, because when it's tactical, and you can bang on stuff and break stuff. It has a USB where you can plug up to it. USB-C to be exact. This is the XT21X Pro. It has a tail switch which turns it on, and the rest of them you go through the sequence here. You can hold it down and it'll get dimmer and brighter. So I just want to know, does it really throw? So on this rainy night, we're gonna put it to the test. I've got stuff at about 140 something yards way out there. This thing supposedly reaches over 300 something yards, 300 something meters. So let's start off with the tail switch. I'm not a fan of two switches. Switch here, then go through your sequence here. I mean, that's okay, but I've never been a really big fan of having two different switches. I like one. So we're gonna go and turn off this other one and just use this one. Okay, it is off. Obviously, it is. Wow, that is pretty impressive. I don't know if you can tell. Probably not, since it's raining. It's actually getting cold. Oh my goodness, this is so cold. I like it because it's broad. It may be good in a tunnel. Okay, there's one lower. There's one lower. And there's a very light. There's your strobe. So that is its full bright right there. And it is fully charged. So I'm okay. I actually kind of like it. After all, I like the broad throw like that, because when you're in a creek or something, or under the city, if it's a pinpoint throw where like it's supposed to blind somebody, then it doesn't, you just can't see as well. But like if you're just walking around with this one, it's real broad. That's good for under the city. It's like near 80 degrees. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and I'm cold because of the weather. I don't know if you can see the rain. This rain falls mainly on the plains in Spain. Let's take this underground. Okay, have to take care of something before we go under the town. So let's go before under the town. I need another hand. I'm having trouble with my game camera and the new feeder I bought. I'll show you when we get there. Never come out here without petting your cow. Who's a good girl? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's get her right. Yeah, she's wagging her tail. She's old. She's not unhealthy. For those of y'all looking at those backbones, you know, the older you get, the more your skin hangs off your bones, and it just hangs there. She's somewhere between 16 and 18. I was getting the fly out of your eye. That's all I was doing, girl. Getting the fly out of your eye. That's a good scratching. She loves to watch us fish when we come down here to fish. Okay, there. Alright, I gotta go do something. I'll be back, okay? There's nothing in here to eat. Sorry. I'll bring you some treat next time I come, okay? All right, let's go. This winter, this gate will get fixed. It's too hot. It's still in the 90s in the Alabama. There's so many things to do when you come out here. And one of the most important, well, the most important is Pet Your Cow. It is National Pet Your Cow Day on our property. It's National Pet Your Cow Day. And it's also Did you finally wear your boots Day, so you could go pick up the golf balls Day. I saw these the other day from afar, but I didn't have my boots on. There are two. That's all we need. What I don't want to do is sink. That looks like a musk turtle being ever so sneaky. I want to know. I really don't want all this mechanized. It's not. So we'll take this, since I don't have a pocket. Put it over there. And we'll take this. This is important. Little kids liable to get those and swallow. I just got a call from Zach Bird of Zach Bird Adventure Hour. He and I are still friends. He's got a job that requires more of him now. He's moved up where he is. And I've got my dad, who still has a broken femur. And I need to be around a lot, even though he has care right now. I really don't want to get a snake bit, but sometimes that's the price you pay. If that is off a walnut tree, black walnut, it's probably one of the biggest I've seen. That's a black walnut tree right there. It is. Check it. I haven't been in here in a while, like a long while. I've got to get the tractor and come clean all this up. It's been that long. And it's just time to clean up. Can't go that way. When I was really shorter than I am now, we played in this creek a lot and found arrowheads. And on down around the corner where we started, we would lay on the bottom and breathe through a cane that we would cut. And poke the seals out from top to bottom, whatever they're called. I need to get over this last tree. I'm hoping we see something incredible. I'm only going to be here a second because I'm out here actually with a purpose before we head to the field. There has to be one person upstream that plays a lot of golf, because we're not near anything. This is the creek on our property, and it splits. This property is not ours. This property is ours. This is not considered a navigable waterway. So in Alabama, and I think in most places, the center of the creek is the property boundary. So you are trespassing if you come in here. You can look up United States navigable waterways and determine where you can go, float, kayak, everything. Now, if you could kayak down this, you could float through it as long as your feet didn't touch the dirt. I didn't make the laws, nor do I enforce them. But nobody ever comes out here. There's gotta be an animal or three out here somewhere. I know there's deer. There's even a doe, female deer. I'm not going any further. It's too muddy, too deep. My goal was to come out here and not break a sweat. Too late. This creek used to be a lot higher, but due to global cooling, everything's staying frozen and I'm not getting any water anymore. It's really sad. Okay, it's not global cooling. It is the extra 20 pounds I've put on this year. The reason for the sweat, that is. I just bought this device. And one of the biggest problems with it, it is still so full of corn. It's ridiculous. And here is why. It gets hung up in there. I read reviews. Several said corn gets hung up in there. Others said it does great, no problems at all. Well, I think I have figured it out. I think this corn may have a little seasoning on it, which makes it sticky, especially in the heat, especially in a black tub. I think the tub should be white. It's really frustrating because now I've got to dump all this corn out and get some corn that doesn't have something on it. And I don't know if that corn does or not. For those who know. For those who don't, should know. You can get a bait permit, and people say it's unethical. We actually feed our family by harvesting 3 deer a year. That's it. And it's no different than planting a green field to me. Plant something for the deer to come to. What's the difference? That's how small the green field is. Well, all we got is pretty much cutting. There's me. Sticks, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Tiny field 2. As you can see, everything's cut, but not raked yet. And this is next. It needs to be cut. Not yet. Eventually. And before you leave, you need to go say bye to your cow. But I don't have any idea where she went, so we'll check field number 3. She is not out here, which is good. There goes a big red-tailed hawk. I didn't think she'd walk out the gate. I can usually leave the gates open. She has a really good demeanor about her, and it's nice. That's why we named her Miss Demeanor. I don't know if you can see that, but it says 104. True, but it says it. Finally heading to the water. Tough part is
It's now a gigantic homeless camp. I'm going anyway. What stinks about doggone homeless camps is they throw all their garbage in the water. Everybody doesn't, but most of them do. I mean, look. This is ridiculous. So this here osprey isn't doing its job because these people live downstream of the osprey. I don't know where they are. Fish in here usually absolutely disappear when you come near this water, but I guess they've been feeding them. There's a lot of cereal boxes and other things up here. That, I don't know if you can see it. I know it looks like a bass, and it may be, but it looks more like the biggest brim I've ever seen in my life. There's a little metal chair. You can share that with your wife. Huh, I made her rhyme. So I'm going in. Anyway, in spite of all this, there's nothing that can be done about it. There are so many homeless in Birmingham. It is absolutely unbelievable. Like, you think back, let's say you're 100 years old or a little older. There's a no trespassing sign. They used to be up on the side. I know the fellow who put those up because he owns his property and gave me permission to park up there. There's a Samsung phone, a la pink. There was a time when I get in this creek and there was not this much garbage. Not only is there a lot of garbage, my GoPro keeps turning off all by itself, saying the battery's dead, but it's not. Yes, I have done the update, but it's just, it gives me about 30 seconds of talking and then it turns off. What I want to know is what's on the other side of this. I've been here before, but the water's always been too high to get over here. So I'm going to talk a lot and stop, and the camera will turn off by itself. And then I'll crank it up again. It's just a garbage. The amount of work that went into Birmingham in its foundational years was phenomenal. The work to simply route the water through, and this is what you end up with. Now that more modern irrigation has been put in place. This particular creek has a lot of cool bricks in it. Mostly garbage now. I smell the burn pile from the homeless camp where they burn clothes and everything else. There's a lot of work going on downtown Birmingham. Well, I forgot the 100-year ago story. There's a lot of work going on in downtown Birmingham to clean it up. All the abandoned buildings, a lot of them have been fenced off. So the days of exploring abandoned places in this town may be close to over. But when you think about whether it be because of addiction mental issues. I ought to put another battery in. Whether it's addiction or mental issues 100 years ago, those things were handled by the church. And you ended up with things like asylums, whether it be insane asylums or others. I'm afraid this thing's about to turn off again. I keep stopping talking and looking at this goofy phone because I know it's going to turn off again. Maybe it won't. It's getting bad about swelling batteries. And once those type institutions were taken away, you were left with the option. The only option was to turn all those people out on the streets, where at least at one time they were taken care of, and that was eventually considered inhumane, if I'm not mistaken. You know, you have all these people with all these different problems just living in the woods or wherever, or in abandoned buildings. This is about phone number 5. The interesting thing, I don't know if it's interesting, but I believe if you're homeless or low income, you get a free phone. Because a lot of homeless, everyone I've ever seen around here, have a phone, and there's actually outlets on the outside of buildings where the homeless can go up and just plug up. You know, depending on the location, depending on how fancy. Maybe this was the problem. Maybe my batteries were bad. Maybe it'll stay on this time. So what's your thoughts on that? I mean, think about it. If you go back and look up all the asylums, yeah, I know they probably drug people just to keep them quiet and shut up, but and I don't know enough about it to have a mature conversation. Definitely not enough to have a mature debate about it. But I do know that once those things disappeared, those places disappeared, people who do need help were left with nothing but the streets. There are some really nice bricks in this creek, but a lot of them are super thick, big, heavy bricks. Like this one, for example. That is a super heavy big brick. I don't know, it bothers me. I try to help as many people as I can. But I'm not loaded with money or unlimited resources to actually take somebody out of the situation they're in and get them straightened up into another situation. I could read this brick from a long way off. I could read it better before I did that. Oh, I think it said Coaldale block. We might get that one. Let's stand it up right there, and then we'll look for it on the way back. If I don't forget, I just can't carry 10 bricks out of here again, way upstream. I've done it before. Oh, this water's so nasty. It stinks so bad. But if you've ever spent time around the homeless, you get about anywhere from 1 to 10 people living together, and none of them have the resources to shower or clean themselves or any type of hygiene. That's what this place smells like. And I've probably told y'all before, but like anybody else, I struggle with sin and the fact that, yeah, it's sometimes a lot of their own fault. But what does this one say? I feel the words. See how big they are? Okay, the one I read this is polish it on the gravel, flip it back over. That's a Graves, Birmingham. We'll leave it right there. So there's two. I've got a bunch of those. That may stay. But I tend to, like everybody, I tend to separate the homeless by, I'll be honest, gender and age. If someone is young, I'm like, man, I'll talk to them and ask them how they got themselves in the situation. You know, give them opportunities, talk to them about what their options are. And if they just prefer to live like that, because some people do, because sometimes it's easy. You don't have to do any thinking, and you're not responsible for anything. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to do anything if I can't give you anything. I'm not going to give you money or resources just so you can be the eternal camper. I don't think that's the right word, but so far we're up to 2 bricks. But when I see a young lady, any lady of any age, it bothers me greatly. The guys do too, but doggone it, some of them jokers can work. And I spend enough time with them to where they're aggressive enough with me to say, man, just give me something. What do you got? What do you got? You know, I know you got some money. What do you got? You know, buy me a beer, you buy me a pack of cigarettes, whatever. And I understand addiction to cigarettes and skull and alcohol and stuff like that. I understand that. So I understand that's what they want, but I just ain't gonna do it. I mean, I have sometimes simply to get into an abandoned place where, you know, I wouldn't be hounded or harassed, but when it's a female, I've told y'all this probably 500 times. It bothers me because I think that was somebody's little girl playing in the front yard when she was a kid. They had no idea that that little girl was going to grow up and be living on the streets. I know what you're thinking. Nah, some people know. They're raised in homes like that and they grow up like that and they get, that's just their life. Well, maybe so. I want to show you this flashlight again, this KLARUS. I started the video the other day, but I'm not advertising now. I simply want to know how good it is. It's got a heck of a broad beam, and I like that because it's not just one bright beam on the ground. It's got multiple settings. It's got the tail hook turn on, and it's got the whatever that's called, I forgot. And let's say you don't want to do tail hook, you can simply double click the thumb start and it'll go through all the I'm not getting my words together, you know what I'm talking about. That's a dang good light. But like I said, I'm not advertising it anymore. When I opened the box earlier and showed it to you, I can't get my stuff situated in my little miniature map house purse. So far the camera hasn't turned off by itself. I've got 2 swollen batteries. That's a TSW. If I slip down this, I'll go right into there. Probably crack my pelvis right here. And my feet will go, ooh, all the way down there. So I want to step over. Anyway, I'm sure we probably all feel similar when it comes to the homeless. After a while, you do get tired seeing the same people on the corner. When you think, well, what? But I'm telling you, you don't know anyone's situation until you stop and talk to them. I don't know anyone's situation until I stop and talk to them. I want to know people's situation because I care about people sometimes too much, I guess. Maybe not too much. You can't care too much, but you can do too much sometimes. And imagine this place without all this garbage. Wouldn't it be absolutely beautiful? But look at it. I mean, there's always been occasional bag in a tree. You know, I'm pretty sure it's bag tree season and they're in full bloom, way in full bloom here. But this is ridiculous. And there's no way the Osprey trash picker upper that's way back up there can get this stuff. You can only put so many of these things in the water because somebody's got to pay for it. This is a lot more shallow here. Okay, I'm done complaining. Let's go find some stuff. I don't want to be complaining. I do like to hear OPO. That's other people's opinions and thoughts, because I am extremely teachable. Even though I am getting older, and I am pretty solid in what I believe and why I think things turn out the way they do. But I am teachable. So tell me, why? Tell me what your thoughts are. Do you think there's a lot of these beads in creeks in Birmingham? Go to New Orleans and these things are everywhere. They don't go away. They're forever plastics. Oh man. I guess half a snake's better than no snake at all. I'm making a pile. You know all the activists who are against one-time plastics? Them jokers love a Mardi Gras parade. There's about 5 nexus right there I can't get. There's a skateboard right there I think I should own. Because I like toys, and especially when it says kids on it. Where's the harvest? Well, I've got, I think, 4 batteries, maybe just 3, which means my goal of making 32 videos today are not going to happen. What is that? Little thingy. I know. I don't know why I'm putting my hands in all this water. I'm trying to harvest everything I touch, but sometimes I don't want to. So don't get upset with me. There's no way on the earth I can come out here with my man purse and get all the garbage out of here. There's no way on the earth I'm going to. I am considering rounding up people and see if they want to do a big cleanup of this creek. I know a lot of these bricks I've checked, especially way over there. And last time I came here and went around this corner, I did one time use plastic. Last time I came here and went around this corner, I couldn't go any further or farther because the water was so deep. And it is today too. What a fish. Okay, there's another osprey. That one is not doing its job either. I bet there are some massive bass in there. It's amazing how big a bass will get in a swamp like that. That may be the wrap. If this isn't too deep, we can go. That's too deep. Goodness. Oh, I'm gonna slip down. Well, anyway, we'll do a little bit of looking on the way back around this corner. It's already 91 degrees in Central Europe. Do you know where your kids are? 91 degrees here in Alabama. And we are, let me put it this way, there's already Christmas trees. I really didn't have to put it a different way because I didn't put it anyway. There's more vapes in this creek than there are treasures now too. Man, this place smells bad. Have I said that yet? Up there's a fine diamond. I don't know what it, no, it's just China. I don't know what it is about silverware that makes the brother want to harvest. Okay, so I started this video showing you the flashlight. I'll put the link in the video description. But I took a couple of days off from my dad, many days, because of his broken femur. Well, that ain't no golf ball right yonder. And I want to try to catch up and show y'all things. So I'm back out. So let's be done here, travel back up and find another creek. Thanks for watching my videos. But before we go, if you believe that prayer changes things and helps people and guides people and brings light into people's lives and can potentially lead them to Christ, pray for those who were involved in the shooting in Birmingham. You know, by the time I put this video out, it could have been a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I don't know. Because we're just down the road from that. True, it's up on a mountain and I'm down in the valley. Otherwise there wouldn't be water here like this. But it's a tough town. And it's tough and rough. And we're getting ridiculously dangerous. It's not only Birmingham, but Tuscaloosa has set new records. And that was one of my greatest fears about sending one of my offspring to the University of Alabama. Just because of the crime rate. When Gabriel, my cheerleading son, went to Shelton down there, Shelton State Commune College. I know I said the video was over. There was somebody shot or stabbed in his apartment complex about once a month. And I am not exaggerating. He's a daddy, I gotta get out of here. I mean, he couldn't go out and walk around without people coming up at him. But he's about 6'2", 200 pounds, and easily defend himself, but it don't matter how tough you are. A lot of people go to great lengths to hurt other people. I don't know the point of that, other than just pray for the families who lost people and those who were also shot, because it's a life-altering event to see someone who has been shot, to be around people who have been shot, and to be involved in stuff like that. It's absolutely life-changing. All right, I'm done talking. Thanks for watching the video.
I wanted to show you where 5 Points in Birmingham is. There was a time when I've been up here a few times, my bride and I, the kids and everybody, just like anybody else. A lot of people come up here from like University of Alabama and Birmingham, UAB, and whoops, and run around and hang out. This is it. You can see the police cameras up on the left. You can see flowers and balloons on the right. I don't know. There's balloons and flowers on the right there. What I don't understand is how in the world, there's still news and everybody up here, how in the world something like this can happen, and that dude ran the red light, but how it can happen and there be nothing on a camera anywhere. You can't make a move in this world anymore without it being on camera. How in the world did this happen? And there's no leads or anything. I don't understand that. It's a beautiful little area. This is tragic. There are, I saw on the news, $100,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. $100,000. Surely somebody knows who did it, and who will report it eventually. I hope so, but this is it. There's still police in different areas, a lot of police driving through, still homeless people sitting around, news teams. I don't know. The lady over here doing a story on her little news camera. On the right there. Who is that? WBRC 6. Anyway, I just wanted to show you where it was. Now I'm done. Thanks for watching my videos.